Today I'm gonna be swapping the exhaust out. I have a 5-inch exhaust, which is ridiculously loud when you go on throttle, and it's so much vibration on it when I'm towing and stuff that it literally feels like I'm gonna shake every bolt out of the whole truck. So it's very uncomfortable. I don't really care about the noise, but just the fact of how much vibration it creates. And also, I guess, drone. It's so much drone inside that you have to scream inside when you're on throttle with the 5-inch exhaust. So today I got 4-inch exhaust. I'm going to swap it to a 4-inch. I got stainless steel from Spelab. I'll link this exhaust in the description below for this truck. So today I'm going to do from the turbo all the way out, full 4-inch pretty much. This is a stock size 4-inch exhaust, stainless steel. So yeah, I'm going to be swapping it out. Okay, so you can see this fat exhaust. Look at it. Yeah, the big exhaust, and it started to rust like on spaces right here. This is not stainless steel. You can see it's rusting already really bad on that clamp. Down here on that one, it's very rusty looking. So I'm gonna spray all the clamps with WD-40 everywhere, all the bolts and stuff. Not that I really care, because I'm gonna be probably throwing it away. Maybe I'll just post it for sale for really cheap or something. But yeah, I'm gonna spray all those and then start removing them. Okay, about 4 hours later, we got the exhaust on. It was a little bit challenging. There was points where we kind of thought it wouldn't fit, but we kind of got it to fit. Like I said, with these aftermarket exhausts, it's kind of one of those things where you kind of have to work with it, because unless you have the factory pipe that's already designed for it, it's going to be very hard to get a perfect fitment. But I think we cleared everything. As you can see, it clears here. Kind of had to wiggle this part around so it clears there, so it's not touching. I'm hitting it, it's not touching anything underneath also. And then up on top, as you can see, what I had to do, what we ended up doing, is putting the last 2 pipes, the tip and this pipe that goes over the diff first. Putting it, doing that first one first, and then putting this one into that one, and then hanging this one onto that hanger. And then I had to trim this pipe. There's a small pipe, the smallest pipe. This is the next smallest. We had to trim this one just a little bit, maybe 3-4 inches, to insert into here, and then we just worked our way back. But we did the turbo pipe first, and then that last tip, the last part of the exhaust, and then this one, and then we kind of worked the middle section around it. It's still not quite straight. I don't know if that's how it's supposed to be fitment wise, but I was really worried about the turbo part. You know, I didn't want too much tension on the turbo, so I kind of just did my best to kind of adjust it. But we did a lot of playing around to make sure it clears everything. It's just that part is the trickiest, making sure it doesn't hit the 5th wheel, because I think mine is the aftermarket. That's what sucks on that one. Like, I didn't have a 5th wheel attachment there. I think the factory is a little bit different, but that's what we had to clear. We had to clear that, and then by the spring there too. So anyways, we got it in, so we should be good to go. I tightened the clamp on the turbo, and then there's a bunch of clamps here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 clamps. So I tightened all them up. Seems like it clears, doesn't move around, doesn't hit anything, so we should be good to go, all set. So now I'm going to try to see how it sounds. I'm going to start the truck up. So I have a 2017, and I have the mega cab with the 6.5 bed. I ended up not using this at all. I ended up using the next smaller one, which is a little bit larger pipe. It's a little bit larger, but here, and then we just ended up trimming it a little bit, because this one was a little too short, that one was a little bit too long, so we had to trim the other one to make it work. But this was a challenge. I mean, this is one of the first ones we've done a full exhaust on replacement. And then the 5-inch, I'm going to show you guys, that I had on here when I bought the truck. It had a bunch of dents. I think these needed to happen to clear. We just ended up slicing on top of the diff, rear diff. By the spring, we just ended up slicing it to be able to take it out, because we could not separate it here, because it kind of welded itself together, this garbage. And you can see it's rusted. It's from Idaho or something like that. There's some of those states where they salt the roads. And yeah, and I think it kind of welded itself too, and kind of ate itself a little bit. So, and this is not stainless steel. So Anyways, that's what I had to do to take it out. This is how the clamp looks by the turbo. A new one looks similar. You can see this clamp is smaller than this. So to be honest, this 5-inch pipe doesn't really make sense, because this technically, the exhaust is 4 inches out of the turbo. So I don't understand how is the turbo 4-inch and then the 5-inch supposedly helps it. Now, I mean, if anything, it will probably decrease the torque and the reaction, the turbo spool time, it will decrease it, because literally it's just, it goes from 4-inch to 5-inch into the exhaust, and it doesn't make any sense. There's no benefit of it, maybe besides the sound. That's it. Because you can see, excuse me, you can see right here, this is 4-inch, that section there, and then it just goes up into 5-inch. So literally there's no point of 5-inch, and it rattles every bolt out of the truck. So it didn't make any sense, to be honest. Number one. Number two, too much drone, especially upon acceleration. You can't hear nothing, and it just vibrates like the whole truck out. So yeah, we got this Spelab 4-inch pipe on. It fits. Yeah, like I said, it took us a while to figure it out. It's a little bit challenging, but we got it to fit, and I think it will work fine. Probably better than the 5-inch did anyways. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, comment in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer them. Okay, let's start it up and see how it sounds. It's still pretty loud, as you guys can see. Not quiet. I would not say it's quiet. I know, just give it a little bit of revs. It's not quiet. I don't want to rev it too much because it's not as hot. I mean, we started it, but yeah, it's not quiet. It's enough. I think it's plenty. It's plenty of sound for a 4-inch. I don't see the need of 5-inch. It's pointless.